Live from our 7 Tasmania studios, your nightly news with Kim Miller begins now.
Good evening everyone and thanks for joining us. Wild weather has returned to parts of the state and so too the storm raging between TasNetworks and its employees. Hundreds of protesters gathering on Parliament lawns, continuing their fight for pay parity and threatening more industrial action.
A sea of orange swarming Parliament House.
Mainland! Parity! Mainland! Parity!
TasNetworks union members continuing their fight for a pay parity. They say mainland counterparts are earning at least 30% more to do the same job.
Same job, same pay.
Members not satisfied with a 14% pay rise being put to a vote this week.
When it comes to the agreement, morale's as low as it's ever been. Like, there's no other word for it other than betrayal.
The rally boosted by other unions.
Shame on TasNetworks.
This is an outrageous attempt of complete contempt and disrespect for the workforce.
TasNetworks says it's a maximum allowable offer. Any further increases would have an unacceptable impact on Tasmanians' power prices. And while the union prepares to ramp up more industrial action, new Fair Work Commission findings have revealed allegations by TasNetworks that strike action during power outages last month endangered lives, with CEPU union leaders accused of not restoring power to community members reliant on life support machines.
That's not accurate at all. It's a massive exaggeration of the circumstances that happened.
Industrial action was suspended for a month, but restrictions will be lifted next week, with warning the workers will continue the fight until pay demands are met.
Yeah, absolutely, we will continue industrial action.
Rebecca Gaidaneris, 7 Tasmania News.
It's been revealed a major components of the Macquarie Point Stadium aren't included in the allocated funding as fiery budget estimates hearings begin. The Treasurer and Premier set to face a grilling all week, responding to concerns about the future of our state's finances.
Day one and a big announcement. Two major elements of the Macquarie Point Stadium plan aren't included in the $775 million costing.
Can you confirm for Tasmanians that you have or have not costed the move of the goods shed and the building of an underground car park, which are both required for the stadium?
As we work through the detailed design process, we can unpack some of those assumptions and we will find the budget will go up and down on a weekly basis.
I just don't quite understand what the Greens have against jobs.
When it comes to jobs, the opposition is still seeking clarity on the impact of efficiency dividends, as well as cuts to our wages budget, despite the government insisting it's investing more in frontline workers than ever before.
Jeremy Rockcliffe had no good answers when it came to the $1 million he's going to cut in wages. That equals 1,000 jobs in the public service.
While both the Treasurer and Premier copped questions on the Spirit debacle, with revelations 2 new Spirit vessels could be kept in Singapore until delayed berth infrastructure is ready in Devonport.
We need to make decisions on the berthing infrastructure first and then make informed decisions on when we bring the ships online.
The Treasurer adding he has confidence in the state's credit rating, despite our debt being expected to grow by millions in coming years. The government also revealed it will move to privatise public trustee services, the board admitting it was surprised by the announcement, but says it will work to ensure the best outcomes for clients.
We are very concerned at the move to make private parts of the work of the public trustee, and we'll be watching it very closely.
The Premier and Treasurer will face further questioning tomorrow. Ruby Cairns, 7 Tasmania News.
A 27-year-old Newnham man charged with the murder of a 42-year-old Mowbray man has appeared before the Launceston Magistrates Court via video link. William Craig Simmons' lawyer indicating his client would plead not guilty to a charge of murder, with preliminary proceedings set down for November 12. It's alleged Simmons stabbed a man in Thompson's Lane in Launceston last month. Additional charges of drug trafficking and possession will be heard on October 17. Well-known Tasmanian Aboriginal elder Jim Everett has refused to attend Hobart Magistrates Court, charged with 1 count of trespassing in the Styx Valley earlier this year. The Palawa man argues Tasmania's court system has no jurisdiction over him because his actions were to protect country. Today's hearing is the 3rd time he's been summoned to appear and failed to do so. The fast-approaching Spirit of Tasmania cycling tour will pack more punch this time around, condensed to a 3-day event as it joins the newly formed Pro Velo Super League. It's hoped the new February spot will attract more big international names as it falls into line with other draw cards.
Kicking off on the Friday evening with a crit around Devonport. I really hope for that to be like a party on the first day. And then the Saturday we have a really punchy stage in and around Sheffield, and then on Sunday finishing with a hilltop finish up Golden Valley, which we're super excited for.
Running the race at times where spectators can get out and see it, and broadcast audiences at home can watch it.
The race will use Devonport as its hub. Tasmanians will soon be able to pay for public transport with a simple tap and go. The state government has finalised an agreement with Cubic Transportation Systems. It's promising to bring improved payment processes across 300 buses and Derwent ferry terminals.
Your card, be it your watch, your phone or your bank card, whatever it might be, you can tap on and tap off.
Allow passengers to seamlessly and frictionlessly travel on public transport.
It's hoped the move will increase ridership statewide and reduce traffic congestion. The Tamar Valley Peace Festival has launched with a message to all of us to reach out and show kindness. This year's festival includes more than 40 free events, including dance, arts, food, music and entertainment.
Since its inception, the Tamar Valley Peace Festival has been all about bringing people together. Now, in its 9th year, the festival celebrates Launceston's diverse community, aiming to bring people together from multicultural backgrounds and make peace.
It's about being aware of oneself and being aware of the impact that you have on others. So if you take care of your own mental health, then you are in a stronger position not only help yourself, but help the family and your community around you.
Former Tasmanian Premier and now Chair of the Migrant Resource Centre, Peter Gutwin, led a peace procession from Civic Square to St Luke's Wellness Hub.
We need to elevate the narrative to a positive narrative about the contribution that Tasmanians from a migrant or refugee background make to our state, both economically and socially. But importantly, what they're doing to build their lives here while they build Tasmania.
The Wellness Hub will host most of the activities taking place this week.
There's a whole program, a weekly program of activities such as yoga, mindfulness, there are talks, there are art programs, there are sewing activities, there are exhibitions.
Melinda Ogden, 7 Tasmania News.
It might be back to work today for most of the victorious Northern Bombers, but the thrill of winning the last ever TSL Grand Final is certainly not waning. And the honour of being the first team since their North Launceston predecessors in 1998 to finish the season undefeated certainly isn't lost on first-year coach Adrian Smith.
The dads of some of our current day players played in that 98 team, so to be able to share those memories with them, it's pretty special.
The elections are already starting about next year and what the roster will look like, but the dominant team won't be walking into the NTFA expecting an easy run.
Footy changes, you can't take anything for granted. I think the key for us at the moment is just we've got a lot of talented young players that we've got to get the best out of and support their football future and whatever that looks like. Whatever happens with NTFA happens. If we can get a majority of our players together in that space, that'll be awesome.
Fixtures for the New Look regional comps will reportedly be locked in by Christmas. Tasmania's one-day cup campaign is off to a rocky start. The Tigers falling to a 4-wicket loss at the hands of Victoria in pretty absurd circumstances. It's a match that will go down in history, succumbing to the best ever figures from a Victorian bowler, 7 for 12 off 8 overs. If you were judging a book by its cover, Victorian Sam Elliott's first ball clearly spelt out what was to come, with Tasmania already on the back foot even before Elliott's wrecking ball-like entrance.
Oh, that's out too! And Tassie crashed to 4 for 55.
The 24-year-old son of former Aussie opener Matthew Elliott dashing Tassie's hopes.
Caught! The dream start for Elliott continues. And it's the massive wicket of Matthew Wade.
Tiger after tiger lining up to fall victim to the bloodbath at St Kilda's Junction Oval.
When it is your day, it is your day. It wasn't a good ball. but it was a worse shot.
After the evisceration of 7 wickets in 12 overs, thanks to the best ever bowling figures for a Victorian, newcomer Matt Kuhneman teaming up with Gabe Bell with a vain attempt to salvage the inning from the tail, knocking 17 apiece. Peter Siddle bringing an end to the fight on 126 runs after just 30 overs. But forced to defend a paltry score, there'd be early answers from Tasmania with ball in hand.
Oh, that one's very close, and that is out.
Big scalps falling early. Bo Webster, our best, taking 3 for 20.
In the air and gone! The crucial wicket of Harper.
Tassie's Tom Rogers catching Victoria's Tom Rogers. But the hosts were digging in, slowly but surely edging towards the target before a cruel cherry on top. Sam Elliott again with the boundary to secure the win with 24 overs to spare.
Obviously the big fella had a day out with his 7-for and nicely finished off with the bat. So, no, definitely not panic meetings at all after that. We all know we're in good form and we take on Queensland on Wednesday, so we've got to get over it pretty quick.
The Minnesota Lynx head to their second game of their best-of-3 WNBA playoff with an advantage. Hobart's Alana Smith coming through with a huge block in the dying seconds to help hold off a fast-finishing Mercury Phoenix. They won 102-95. Game 2 is Thursday morning our time. Wouldn't it be great to have a Tasmanian in the WNBA final, Kim?
Incredible. Thanks, Nick. We'll have the latest weather forecast after the break with Kaya.
Good evening. Hobart 19 today, 18 in Launceston and Devonport, and 16 for Burnie. It was another windy day across the state with gusts of 152 kilometres per hour recorded at Coonah near Mount Wellington, the 7th highest for September. A lovely 21 degrees today at Friendly Beaches, 24 St Helens, Maria Island 18, Bushy Park 17, Whistle 15 on the islands, and at Smithton and Low Head. A little cooler in Strawn, just 13 there, and 11 in Lyweenie. Patchy low cloud is seen over the west and south today. A high-level cloud band pushed over Tasmania and surrounding oceans to the west and east. Tomorrow, a high-pressure ridge will pass over eastern Australia and another over southwestern WA. North to northwesterly winds increasing up to 25 knots, extending to 30 knots about the west, with west to southwesterly swells peaking to 5 metres. A gale warning has been issued for the southwest coast tomorrow. There is also a strong wind warning for coastal waters between Wineglass Bay to Sandy Cape and also for the Central Plateau and the southwest lakes. We have a frost warning with temperatures to fall below -1 degree for parts of the Midlands and Upper Derwent Valley tomorrow morning. Cloudy in Hobart tomorrow, 17. Cloudy also in Adventure Bay, 14. Tarraleah will wake to an early frost and showers, 13. Showery across the north, 15 in Launceston, 14 for Devonport and Bridport. Showers also extending to the west, Burnie and Marrawar both 14, 15 in Strawn. A shower or two in St Helens, 16. Swansea cloudy, 17. A couple of showers in Whitemark, 17 also. Wednesday, showers contracting to the west and northeast. Snow still likely to fall to the 300 metre mark with possible hail about the west and far south during the evening. Thursday, showers about the west and south. Snow falling to 200 metres in the south. Hail continues about the west and far south. And I'm pleased to report Friday will be fine and mostly sunny. To the national forecast now for your Tuesday. Cloud clearing in Darwin, 33, 22 and showers in Adelaide. Partly cloudy in Perth and Canberra. Partly cloudy also in Hobart right now, 9 degrees, and in Launceston 11, Devonport 11 also. And we're glad to see that those winds, Kim, will ease.
Good, certainly been wild, hasn't it? Thank you, Kaya. And that is all your news for now. I'll be back later with updates. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Good night.